Hi, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you've never been here, which you probably haven't because I've literally got one video. But I thought, I've just started a channel, what is probably the best thing to do, and I thought why not do a get to know me, so at least you've got some information. I haven't just randomly started, which I did kind of do. I've basically got the perfect setup. I've ordered a pizza. I've also got some curly fries and mozzarella dippers that are just on the side. I was gonna have a glass of wine for this. I feel like I should have, but I've got caught up in my day and I've not got it. So I've got Fanta and I've got water. I've got some garlic dip, which I've got loads of like herbs on top, which don't know what they are, but I mean, smells nice. So we're just gonna have a little eat with me, get to know me. I've got some questions which I haven't really looked through, which I probably should have. I think some of them are quite deep and I think there's quite a few of them, so I might have to make a part 2. But anyway, let's get into the video. I'm absolutely starving. We'll give it a taste test. Someone just commented on my TikTok. That is good. Let's try it with a dip. Oh my god, I'm so impressed. Oh. Wow. I don't know how people do these videos because I kind of just want to eat. How am I meant to speak as well? I haven't really figured that out. I did try with the setup. I don't know what you're going to think, but it is a bit strange that I'm just sat on my bed. Hope you don't mind that. Let me know what you think, because obviously I'm in my uni flat. I don't have a lot of like sort of space. So is this okay? Like, you know, we're in bed together. It's great. That sounds weird. No, did not mean it like that. Chips or something. But yeah, just to start with, I'm 21. I'm called Jess. I'm from like, I don't know why I'm saying like, because I am from St Helens. I'm from Haydock in St Helens, but I just don't associate with St Helens because like I don't really have memories in St Helens, which is weird since my family lived there. But like I went to primary school in Haydock, then I went to actual school in Ashton and Makefield, and then I went to a college in St Helens, and then I went to another college in Liverpool, and now I'm at uni in Preston. So I'm just like, I've been everywhere. Like, so Haydock to me is just where I live. I don't have the accent. I just don't like see myself from being there, like being from there, just because, yeah, I don't even know the area. I probably know Preston or Liverpool better than I know like Haydock. Like, I don't know street names or anything, so I'm basically just a bit of a fraud. So anyone else just like happy like dance and sing when they eat, because same. So the first question I actually got asked on my Instagram was what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given? I've got my iPad down here, by the way, I'm not just looking down. And this is the only question I've actually thought about, because it's the first one I had, so I kind of did like think about it. And if you could see like a pan of my room, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quotes. I think there's more as well, just up there. So like I do live by quotes, and I don't think there's anything that like someone specifically said to me that I think like that's what I always go back to. I don't think I have that, unless I'm kind of forgetting it, which is annoying. But like I was trying to think the other day, and like there's nothing that sprung to mind, but there's a quote on the wall which says, "No one is you, and that is your power." And I think that's something that's been like echoed to me like throughout my life. Like my family are very much like so supportive, and like I haven't even said this yet, but like I do acting, and I've said that in the last video, so you might know that. Which obviously isn't like a generic like job to try and do. Like it's hard. People know that people don't just become famous overnight. Like it's a hard slog to like become an actor, which is fine because it's what I want to do. But I think like any time I have like sort of doubted myself or like gotten down, it's like I think I've always sort of been reminded like, well, like, because I think I've always thought, well, there's always someone better than you, like there's always this, like, because I wouldn't say I'm generic looking, but I kind of am. Like I'm like, my hair looks blonde right now, but I am like blondie brown, like some blondie brown hair, green eyes, no like crazy outstanding features that makes you go like, oh my god, like they're different. So do you know what I mean? Like I'm just like an average looking girl, so there's nothing that makes you go like wow. So I think that's always been a thing for me, like, but there's a million other girls that probably look very similar to me, so why would I get picked and things like that. So I think that's like where that quote comes in, like no matter like how many people might look like you or be similar to you or whatever, like no one is you, and that like that is your power. Like no one ever can be you, like whether they try and be you, like copy you, whatever, like no matter what. And I think I've had that a lot in the past as well, like people have kind of like copied me, and like friends have tried to like like imitate things that I do or try and like be with people that I've been with and just things like that, like just like jealousy sort of things. And like obviously like now I'm like, oh well, it's a compliment really, like they obviously like the way I did things. But yeah, like again, like no one can actually be you, like you're the one, you're unique, you're the only person, like you're the only you in the world, which is like kind of crazy when you think about it. Yeah, because I obviously I think everyone doubts themselves, and like I've doubted myself in the past and things. And I think another sort of thing that people kind of say is like, my family kind of say like, well, like look how far you've come, like you didn't think you would get into Lipper because you auditioned 2 days before it opened and you did it, and then you didn't think you'd get into like a drama school or uni to do acting, like you didn't even know that was a thing, and then you did that and you're doing that, and like just like things happen, and like I am doing these things. So you just gotta like, instead of sometimes looking for the next success, it's looking back at your past success and think, well yeah, like if you've done that then you can do that, and then you can do that, and then you can do that. Like instead of looking to like the far future of like I want to be in a movie, think, well okay, so next I want to get an agent, next I want to have my first audition, next I want to get my first job. Like it, like I think that's like I'm going off the topic here, but it's not the best advice I've been given probably, but it's something that I personally like take into my like what I do, like that helps me like to kind of get by and not to panic. Because I think in acting you kind of look at these people that have made it at like 21 and they're like the first job, like the guy from It's a Sin, I can't remember his name, but his first job was It's a Sin, which is crazy. So you kind of think like, oh my god, but he's just finished drama school and he's done that and now he's made, basically, like he's gonna get work forever now. But then like why rush? Like your career, like your path is set for you, and like I'm a massive believer in like what is meant for you will be yours. Look at me, I'm just throwing quotes at you, like, and the thing is that a lot of this has come from myself, like what I've taught myself. I don't feel like I've been given this advice, it's just come from like just from learning, which is kind of a good thing. I've lost my tangent now, but yeah, like your destiny isn't going to be the same as everyone else's, and like you're never going to know your path, and like your path is set out for you. Like so you could make it when you're 50 and then have the best career for like how many years. Like why rush it? Like just I think another one, enjoy the journey, because like when you get to the destination, if you haven't enjoyed the journey, then like what's the point? Because your journey could take 50 years, so if you've just not enjoyed 50 years of your life until you got to the destination, then it's a waste of time. So anyway, to conclude, I think I've learned to give myself advice, and like just having like these sort of things like around me, like quotes around me, like do lift me up and do just like remind me and like go back into like kind of come back down to earth and think, oh yeah, like, you know, life's fine, like you'll be fine. So yeah. Okay, let's test out the mozzarella dippers. Fun fact, I think mozzarella is probably the worst cheese, like the most boring cheese. And they've not even given me any salsa or anything, so it's probably gonna be boring. Oh, but oh. Well, we'll just put that back in there. Yeah, I don't think it tasted much, but they're nice in the like the breadcrumbs. Pretty standard. Wish I had some salsa, which we do have in the fridge, but I'm set up now, I can't really be bothered doing that. But let me know if you agree and mozzarella is just a bit boring. I know people love it. I think it's good on pizza because it doesn't overpower the pizza, but like I wouldn't just eat mozzarella. Like I know in Italy they have like the mozzarella plate with like tomatoes on it and like olive oil, and like I just don't like that. I think it tastes like nothing. I just read through a lot of the questions, and I think a lot of them are like acting based, and obviously I've just kind of talked a little bit about it, so I'll try and steer away from them questions and then come back to them. I'll answer this one. Who's in your main friendship circle, or who can you rely on the most? It's not a hard question, to be honest. My circle is small because I've learned, well, I've always had pretty small circles, but I have learned from the times where I haven't had small circles. So yeah, my current circle, which I'm saying current, is I don't think it'll ever change, to be honest. Yeah, so I have a best friend, which is Georgia. I've known her now for like what, I think it's like 11 years. We met on the induction day of high school. So we've been friends since literally like the first day of high school, and then obviously we're still like best friends now. Yeah, like she's one of those friends that is a sister now. Like she's going nowhere. Like we're not even friends at this point. We're sisters. Like she's part of the family. Like my mum's wedding, she was just invited anyway, like without me having to invite her, because her family's invited. We're that close, you get me. So yeah, love her. Obviously will be a bridesmaid, always was going to be a bridesmaid. And then I met like my soulmate at uni. I think like people will say you just meet your best friends at uni. I think like that's totally happened to me. So Charlotte, who is literally next door at the minute because I live with her, yeah, we're like the same sort of thing. Like we're sisters, but on a different level to Georgia. I think like if you know who I'm talking about, you'll get it. Basically, Georgia is like Sid and Elle's relationship to me. Like I'm Sid and she's Elle, like that's sisters. And me and Shah are like Sophia and Cinzia's friendship, like friends. I hope you get that analogy, because I like that makes sense to me. But yeah, like I think but yeah, Charlotte does acting as well, so that's obviously a whole new bond, and we just laugh a lot. And obviously I've only known her for 2 years, but she's changed my life massively. Like just having her in my life is just amazing. So yeah, and then other friends, Meg, who's this side of the wall, who I also live with, she's another great friend. Like we're a trio now, like we're stuck together, so she's just such a good friend. And I also have a friend, Kira, who actually asked this question. Yeah, I also have Kira, who I went to LIPA with, so I went to college with her, Georgia went to that college as well, but I met Kira at this college, and I feel like we've gone through like phases of being like, we weren't like super close in like Lipper until like the last year, and then like she's literally the only person that I've kind of stayed in touch with like, since Lipper. We've been on a girls' holiday together, which she's asked another question about. We've just booked Ibiza with Kira and Georgia, and Kira's friend Katie, which will be amazing. She's just a good friend, and she's someone that like I respect loyalty and friendship, and like I think she's loyal and I'm a loyal friend as well, so that's why we kind of just stuck together. Yeah, she's one of those friends like we don't see each other a lot, but she would never not be my friend. She's lovely. So yeah, that is kind of my circle. Just sort of them, and obviously I have other friends and things like that. Just other people, and like my sisters and my family. But yeah, like friendship wise, like they are the people that I would tell everything to. As well as like my boyfriend, and I have a friend Kieran who I'm really close with as well, and there's loads of other people, but yeah, like they're the main people that I kind of go to first for a lot of things. Yeah, so next question. What should we go for? I kind of have just mentioned it, so I may as well talk about it. Have you ever been on any girls' holidays before? So in 2018 I went to Zante to work. It started off as a holiday. Well, basically it wasn't a holiday, I was going to work, but I was going with my cousin Chloe. Things kind of changed, the plans changed. I ended up living with someone else and not living with Chloe, which was a bit gutting, to be fair. Like looking back, I think it would have been better if we lived together, but anyways, things happen. So yeah, I'd just turned 18, which is kind of crazy looking back, the fact that I went and worked in Zante when I literally just turned 18. I hadn't even been on a girls' holiday, so I didn't even know how crazy it was going to be. But yeah, like looking back, like because I came home early and I ended up being in the hospital twice, and like it was amazing, but looking back I kind of wish I would have stayed longer, because I came home because I'd kind of had enough, and obviously I'd been in the hospital, and my brother came on holiday twice during the time I was working there. So sorry, I'm really gassy. So yeah, so the second time he came, I think seeing him kind of made me think, kind of want to go home. So I ended up getting the flight back with him and his friends. But yeah, like as soon as I got back to England, I was like, I would much rather be bored in Zante than I would rather be bored at home in England, and I kind of regretted it. I would do it again, but I would like be with someone and make sure I'm with like friends, and so we can like kind of have fun in the day, because it's the most fun I had was mainly like on a night when I was working, and then so I was in the day I was kind of by myself, but still such a good experience. Like just to have even done that is like amazing, like and crazy looking back. I was so like strong-minded back then. Like I literally would think of an idea and be like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Like I just like would just go for it, which is like cool and good. So then the next holiday after that, was that the year after? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was. So the year after I went to Magaluf with some friends from Lipper. Kira went as well. Yeah, it's hard to say about that holiday, because like I think, to be fair, all girls' holidays, I think most people have arguments. Like it's just that classic thing of like girls' holidays. I think it's just one of those. But yeah, like looking back, it was still a good time, like despite like the arguments that kind of happened. Would I go to Maga again? Absolutely not. Just wasn't for me. Yeah, so yeah, anyway, but there's funny memories and there's funny stories. Like my phone got stolen like the second night or something, and I was crying, and the whole like rest of the week I had no phone, and then the arguments were happening and I had no phone to talk to anyone. It was just kind of like a bit of a nightmare, but I think, to be honest, that holiday made me and Kira a lot stronger, like a lot closer, like friendship wise. Like it really like did bring us together, which is nice because now like we have such an amazing friendship, probably due to that holiday, because before that we were friends but we probably weren't as close as we ended up being. So yeah, good things come from bad things sometimes. Right. So yeah, like lots of girls' holidays pending. I kind of don't know why you asked that question. She put a winky face, so I think she's just kind of joking, but yeah. But yeah, that's it for holidays. Like obviously there's so many stories, and like I feel like I could do a million story times. My life is like a movie sometimes, so if you want to know them sort of stories, then let me know, because I could, yeah, they're just, my life is bizarre sometimes. Okay, so next question. I've been asked what is my biggest fear in life, which is such like a big question, because I feel like I fear a lot of things, and like my biggest fear has changed, because if you would have asked me the first year of uni what my biggest fear in life was, I would have probably said to be unsuccessful. Which, I mean, you know, like I still obviously want to be successful, but it's definitely not my biggest fear now. Yeah, so to ask me that now, I would probably say just to be unhappy. Like my biggest fear is to like, yeah, to like die unhappy, like to not have accomplished like what I wanted to accomplish. And so yeah, my biggest fear in life is probably to be unhappy, and maybe drowning. That's a big fear. Dying, why did I not think of that? Dying is a big fear for me. Okay, next question. If you don't have a job in acting, what else would you want to do? Which is quite interesting, because at college I did sociology, English language and performance studies or whatever. At that point I didn't think acting could be a career, so my like what I wanted to do, which is completely different, is basically be a counsellor in a prison. That's what I really wanted to do. So like basically I wanted to do psychology and sociology, but the college I went to was like really high up in psychology, so because it was such like a demanded course, you had to have more than a C in science, and I only had a C, so basically I couldn't do it. But anyway, I left that college after a year anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. But yeah, I did want to do like a counselling probably degree at some point, and that's what I wanted to do. And I think it would just be such an interesting job, and like I am someone that does want to give people a second chance in life, and be able to make that happen and be able to make them see differently, like would just be, I think it would be such a rewarding job to have. Obviously such a hard job. So yeah, certainly it's something that I probably could do, like say acting didn't work out, or like obviously it's a hard side job to have, but just like if I could be a help in some way. Or I know there's a lot of like movement in like drama therapy at the minute, so that would be quite a cool way to like incorporate what I'm good at along with sort of helping people. So yeah, if I didn't do acting, maybe I would have gone full ahead with that, as well as like if acting doesn't work out, or if I do decide to like take another career path, I think there's something there within writing. Like I would love to maybe write for like a magazine, or like a column, like an advice column, or like anything like fashion. Like I love fashion, so like anything in that sort of industry. Or presenting, like I love to do presenting, or like podcasts or radio. Like there's a million different things that like I could branch off into, and like that I'm interested in. Like as much as acting's always been the one thing, there's so many things I'm interested in. Like photography, for instance. Probably won't ever do photography, but like it interests me. So yeah, there's other things I can get into. God, I feel like my voice is going a little bit just from speaking so much. I feel like this will be the second to last question now, because I feel like it's probably gone on for a while. But yeah, I was asked, do I have any goals for 2021? So yeah, I can tell you my 2021 goals. So my top goal for this year is to pass my theory and my driving test, which, yeah, I feel like I can do that. Like, I basically started driving lessons when I was 17, and I've basically on and off done them for like 2 years. Had like 4 different instructors, 1 failed test. So I passed my theory, did my test, failed. Probably should have just done another test there and then, and I probably would have passed because I could drive. The hour before my test, the best I've ever drove, and then my test just was awful. So I've left it now since I've been at uni, and my goal for the end of uni was to have passed my driving test, which isn't going to happen now because of the pandemic. I was meant to do it last year, but I've not really had the time. Well, not been able to have lessons, so I've kind of made that a plan for summer, like when I'm going to go home for a bit after uni, so hopefully I'll do it then. But yeah, now I have to actually do my theory again, which is a bit upsetting. But anyway, that's the biggest goal for this year. Like, it doesn't even matter about getting a car or anything, like it's just to have my driving test done, so for the future I can get a car. Second one, and this isn't really in like order of like what I want to complete, it's just in the order I've written it in. So do singing lessons and post a cover, which to be fair I've kind of done. Like, me and Charlotte posted a song on Instagram and performed it in front of my year. We changed all the words to Lily Allen's It's Not Fair and like made it kind of funny. So I guess that's kind of it. But anyways, I'm having singing lessons at the minute at uni, so the goal is to post the cover like once I've like practiced the song for my singing assessment, to post it online. Singing is something that I've also loved, like always have. I've had singing lessons in the past, but I don't know, I feel like it was a long time ago and I've lost my confidence quite a bit now, so to do that and post a cover would just be like a nice goal to have, like just a confidence thing, because I do love singing and I don't think I've got a bad voice, so just yeah, I just need to just post one. My next goal is to get a first in my acting degree. To be honest, like this, obviously I want a first, like to finish uni with a first is like, I think everyone wants that, but it is an acting degree, and to be honest, like our teachers even say like they wish it weren't graded, because you can't grade acting, like it's hard to grade it. But yeah, to get a first obviously would be amazing. Yeah, so get an agent is my next one. It's kind of scary, and if I don't get an agent this year, I don't get an agent this year. Yeah, it's not the be all and end all either. Like, I think I've learned that this year, like people don't have agents and they still do really well, so I don't think it always matters. I think it's something that I did think was like the best thing to have, because then like it's all sorted for you, but not necessarily. So yeah, get an agent. Get my first acting job. Again, there's no pressure on this, it's just a goal. Like, I could, like I said before, I might not get my first acting job for like years, but yeah, that's just kind of like a pushing myself type thing. Gain more knowledge and connect more in the acting industry. This is massive, because I, as an actor, feel quite like not underprepared, like just like I don't have a lot of knowledge. Like, I need to know more names in the industry, I need to know like directors and writers, because I just don't retain information. Like, there's super famous actors and actresses, and like I literally, you say the name, I have no idea who they are. Like, I recognise faces way more than names, and I just need to have just more information so I feel confident to like go and speak to industry people, because at the minute I don't feel confident to do that. Learn 2 more accents is another goal. Just so I've got like solid accents, I can say, yeah, I can do that. That's all. Read as many plays as you can and watch award-winning film and TV. So we're in March and I haven't done this yet, so it's good that I'm reading this now because I kind of forgot. Yeah, plays is a massive thing. I've got the auditions module coming up, and in the audition they do ask like, what's your favourite play, or what have you watched recently, and like you do just need to be on it and like be watching things and be like interested. And obviously it goes without saying, like, if you want to be an actor and you've not watched like all the films that have got Oscars, then what are you doing? So I need to do that. Hit 10k on TikTok. To be honest, like, this was a goal in December, but I think since starting YouTube and like just since life, like, I don't think it's a goal anymore. Like, it obviously would be like lovely and amazing, but I just think I'm not putting my all into TikTok at the minute. Like, it's not something like, it's not up there on the list. Be spontaneous as possible, which I have not been able to do yet, but trust me, as soon as we're allowed back out into the world, I will be being spontaneous, because yeah, we haven't been able to be. So I'm not sitting there anymore thinking, oh, like, should I do this, or planning things, and do you know what, I'm just gonna go with the flow now and just do whatever. Get out of habits and see new places, eat at new places, which, to be fair, I've just done. Yeah, I think me and the girls have kind of said, like, it's our last year in Preston. We had a list of food places we wanted to go, and we've just gone the same places. So we need to just, you know, eat at all these different places, because you might not have a chance to again. Like, you might not be back in Preston again. So yeah, just trying new things and just like, just, yeah, that sort of thing. Be in the moment and make memories. Yeah, I think what this pandemic has taught me is just make memories. Like, don't care about anything else, just be in the moment. Stay in a happy relationship, which is massive. Like, yeah, all my relationships in the past have been unhealthy. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. So to be in a happy relationship now, like, it's just about sustaining that and like keeping that happy, because obviously it's a relationship. Like, it's not guaranteed that it's always going to be amazing. Like, you have to work at it. So that is what I'm going to do. And last but not least, continue self-love practice and manifestation. And then I've put, you got this. Yeah, I don't know whether I said it was second to last question or last one, so I'll just do one more just in case. I'll go with ideal date night because it's something I haven't spoke about in the video, but if you do want a part 2 to this video, let me know, because I've got so many more questions than I realised. So yeah, what's my ideal date night? To be honest, if I lived near a beach, I would 100% say picnic on the beach at sunset, or if I lived somewhere like where you could go for a hike, like, I would love like a sunrise like date, like bring some like brunch or breakfast and like just watch the sunrise. Like, dates like that, like where you can kind of like just talk about life and like be in a beautiful space and like watch something beautiful, like to have just like quality time. So ideal date night, so maybe that, which is more like the sentimental romantic type date, or I love like a classic, like get all dolled up, like both look good, like go for like a nice meal and drinks. Like, there's nothing better than drinks with someone that you love, like just drinking and just having fun and just having a laugh. Yeah, and maybe something like fun, like the bowling places that you can drink at, like go bowling and like whoever loses has to do a shot, like that sort of like fun activity, like that would be great. So yeah, a few options there. So that's it for the video. I don't know how long this is going to be because I've kind of done it in different clips, but I hope it isn't too long, and if it isn't long enough, let me know because I have more questions. I look like I haven't eaten anything, to be honest. Obviously I've had the chips and I've had a mozzarella dipper, but I probably will finish the video and carry on eating and then have some more tomorrow. I'll get used to it though, like I'm sure I'll do more videos like this and I'll be able to just eat, but first time I didn't want to just sit here and like eat the whole time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Obviously let me know what you think. Please like, comment and like, and if you enjoyed the video, obviously don't forget to subscribe. If you've got any questions or like inquiries or anything, like let me know and I'll respond and get back to you. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've got to know me a little bit more. Yeah, I love you lots and see you in the next one.